uh, there's still this game of, I don't call it game of chicken or what it is, but Eric Adams is still trying to get Andrew Cuomo out of the race. Andrew Cuomo is trying to get Adams out of the race. More unions and business leaders would like Adams to be the candidate to stop Mamdani, but I have to say there's no polling that suggests that Adams can beat him. So here is Eric Adams today in an interview with the Free Press, number 12, criticizing Mamdani.
Mamdani and many of his supporters are proud democratic socialists.
Yes.
What do you think of democratic socialism as a set of policies for New York City at this time?
Yeah, great question. And 70% of New Yorkers are not anti the term socialism. And many people don't really understand the term socialism and what it means. You know, I've been to Cuba, I've been to Venezuela, I've been to countries where socialism exists. I saw the empty shelves in the ration books in Cuba and what it means. So we're romanticizing the terminology, and it always sounds good, you know, that, you know, I'm a socialist. But when you dig into what it means, you understand. When you get stuff for free, someone is paying for it. Mm-hmm. And so that delivery worker who's giving us 12 hours.
He's going all in on, he's the capitalist. Now, here's the president was asked today about the New York City mayor's race. And here's what he had to say. Number 10, please.
He's a man who's not very capable, in my opinion, other than he's got a good line of bullshit. And he's convinced them to go with him. Now, as you know, Cuomo, who does have capability, is running, but he got knocked out, and now they're running as you have Eric Adams, the current mayor, you have Cuomo, and you have Curtis Lewa. And Curtis runs every 4 years. He seems to be a fixture on the running scale. But you know, it's. I'm not getting involved. But I can tell you this. I used to say we will not ever be a socialist country, right? Well, I'll say it again. We're not going to have, if a communist gets elected to run New York, it can never be the same, but we have tremendous power at the White House to run places when we have to.
So Hakeem Jeffries was moments ago on MSNBC with Ari Melber, and Ari was trying to get him to weigh in on the mayor's race, and Jeffries does not want to endorse, but he does not want to piss off the base. So he was so evasive that Ari said this, quote, "Respectfully, I see the pivot. You're good at this. That's how you got this job." So you still have Schumer and others and Jeffries not wanting anywhere near the guy who's the favorite. Hans, there's probably another story. I'm certain it's a story you're not following as closely as I have because I live in New York. But what's your sense of why what Trump's posture is towards this, and why this is a national story?
The why it's a national story is just it's New York, isn't everything? Isn't New York the nation? I'm sorry, Mark, did I miss that memo? We're not following the Kansas City mayor's race.
We're a lot of the nation. We're a lot of the nation.
Look, Republicans, this is a great foil. It helps Donald Trump to have Mamdani win. It helps Elise Stefanik in his governor's race. It helps the dozen or half a dozen, congressional candidates in the New York City suburbs. Like, they want to point to Mamdani and say, look at what's going to happen. So, is it three-dimensional chess? I don't know. Is Trump secretly hoping for Mamdani to win so he can run against him in the midterms? I don't know. But it certainly gives him an argument. Now, does he channel his inner forward and say to New York City, drop dead? Yes, there are things he can do. But, in terms of, can Trump control? This is a question for you in the New York City. If the city of New York and the council and the mayor decides that there needs to be a 40% wealth tax on anyone with more than $100 million in assets, or can they just raise the property tax? There's nothing that stops them, right?
Right.
If they want to double property taxes tomorrow,
maybe, but you got to get the state involved. Well, the state has to be involved.
Okay.
So I don't think whoever the governor is going to go along with it, but it's a very interesting story.
Well, let me ask you this: Does Mamdani as mayor help or hurt Speaker Mike Johnson in his ability to retain his majority in November of 2026?
According to people I've talked to, Hakeem Jeffries strongly believes that if Mamdani wins, he can't win the majority, that it's
Oh,
decisive. Now, I don't know if that's, I've not heard it firsthand from the leader, but people who've spoken to him say that's what he's saying. And clearly it puts him in a bit of a bind, because up until now, he's been pretty slavishly responsive to the base. But this is a bridge too far, it appears.
Yeah, I should try to get that on the record, because that's a great story. I mean, you just wrote my lead for me, which is Hakeem Jeffries is privately telling allies that he'll lose the speakership if Mamdani's on the ticket.